Hello there! I wanted to try another kind of videos, so this is going to be more like a visual podcast, so to say. So in this video I would like to talk about 5 tips for aspiring illustrators. This video is hopefully really good if you're starting out with illustration, or if you want to start a career in this field, or simply if you want to improve your daily art practice. So I really hope you will find this helpful. So let's start. So tip number 1 is don't be lazy to learn. I know that at the beginning is not so easy to learn new things, and it could be a struggle for you. You're in front of a blank page and you don't know what to draw, or you think you're not good enough. Right now in this era, I would say internet is our best friend, and we are really lucky that we can learn basically everything from internet. So I would suggest you to use Google as much as possible and try to search for your questions. So if you don't know how to use brushes on Procreate, or where to download them, or what is the best setting for, I don't know, again, Procreate or watercolors or stuff like that, just Google that and I'm sure you will find your answer. There are also many tutorials on YouTube. There are many online courses on platforms such as Skillshare or Domestika. There's really a lot of stuff and a lot of knowledge out there, and I think this is great. I think this is a big resource that we have, so let's use it. Keep it in mind next time that you have questions, next time that you don't know how to do something. Also, it's really good to step out to our comfort zone. So if you don't know how to draw something, for example, try to force yourself a little bit and draw more of that. So if you don't know how to draw a facial expression, or if you don't know how to draw scenery or bodies or animals, for example, just practice that even more. So at the beginning you might have drawings that are not perfect, or you will be struggling a lot, but if you practice every day, for sure you will become better at it. So you can find for sure drawing references online, or you can, if you want to, I don't know, draw more of body shapes, you could go in a cafe and draw the people that you see. Or if you want to improve in scenery, you can go out and try to draw what you see. The second tip will be don't be scared to put your work out there. So at the beginning you might be a little bit shy, you might be a lot insecure about your work, but it is really important to publish it, to put it in front of other people. We are always more severe about ourselves than other people is. So for example, even for me, sometimes I think that a drawing is not, or an illustration is not good enough, or I don't like it, and then I publish it on Instagram and I receive a lot of nice and kind feedback, and this for sure will give you a boost to keep going. So don't be scared and publish your work out there, even if it's not perfect, if you're not too happy about it, just go for it. Same if you want to open a shop, or if you want to start a project. You don't have to wait for permission, or you don't have to wait for other people's approval or for rules. I mean, there is no rules. If you have 3 products and you think they are really good, or you think you like them, you don't need to have 100 before you open a shop, or they don't need to be perfect before you open a shop and you put them out there. So the same with a project. If you want to do a project and you think you're not good enough, just start with it, because you don't know what might come on the way. You might be surprised at the end that you did it and you succeeded at it. So again, just don't let anything stop you, and just start from where you are. Really, you don't need to be perfect before you start to publish your work. Tip number 3 is, if you want to be an illustrator, call yourself an illustrator. I know that at the beginning it might be a little bit weird, or you might feel really insecure about it, or ridiculous or something like like that. It was the same for me. But if you call yourself an illustrator, then you are more secure about yourself. And also think about possible clients. If you say, yeah, I'm trying, I want to become an illustrator, not sure, they will never hire you, even if that's your uncle or that's I don't know, a neighbor that needs an illustration for a coffee shop or another project. You need to call yourself an illustrator, even if you're not earning much at the beginning, if you're not earning anything at all. For me, it was the same at the beginning. I was not making any money with illustration for several years, I would say, but I started to call myself an illustrator from day one, because you really need that for your self-esteem, and also to have clear in mind what is your direction. You want to establish yourself as an illustrator, so call yourself illustrator. Tip number 4, and I always say that, is practice every day. You really need to practice in order to improve. You need to practice in order to find your style or to build a portfolio, for example. And if you need a push to do that, try to set a schedule or try to buy a fancy sketchbook, even if you don't need that at the beginning, but probably that will give you more motivation to start to draw or to draw every day. And I'm sure that if you're really passionate about that, it will become natural at some point. Also, in order to build an habit, you need to do it slowly every day. And if you do it every day, it will become an habit. You can, for example, schedule, I don't know, half an hour every day. If you're still working a day job, you can draw while you come back home. Probably you take a metro or a bus, and you can draw while you're commuting, or you can draw while you're watching a series on Netflix in the evening, for example. For me, it was like this, and I'm still doing that. I still draw while I watch a series. So if you need the ideas, you can always check for drawing references online. You can find pictures and try to redraw them, or you can draw what you see around you. For example, if you're at home, if you're in the kitchen, for example, you can draw some objects that you see around you. You can go outside and draw what you see. And when you practice every day, you will see that you are improving for sure. After a while, even if not immediately, after at some point you will notice your improvement. You will be so looking forward to your half an hour of drawing and to really continue and keep going with your daily practice. And this also brings us to the last point, the last tip, which is build a consistent portfolio. So from your daily practice, you will for sure find some sketches that you want to turn into more complex illustrations. Maybe you want to digitize them, you want to color them. In a portfolio, it's really important to be consistent with your style, and even if you have more than one style, you think you have more than one style, it's important to keep the portfolio separated. It is okay to have more than one style, but keep the portfolio separated, so when you are in front of customers, you can showcase the portfolio which fits the best. Nowadays there are many platforms on which you can showcase your portfolio, or you can gather your work, and some of them are for sure Instagram, which is free, and it's nowadays it's really important to have. Or you can use Adobe Portfolio for a more professional look, or you can always use platforms such as Dribble or Behance, for example. So building a consistent portfolio is a really important step if you want to build an illustration career and if you want to make a living out of your art. So friends, these are my tips for illustrators. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want, you can follow me on Ko-fi for more tips, or on Instagram. Especially on Ko-fi now, I'm creating some memberships options, so I can give you some more exclusive tips and and also every month I offer 30 drawing prompts to help you with your daily practice. And also you can find my online course on Domestika, or I just published a book about kawaii style. You can find all the link in the description box down below. And please let me know in the comments if there are any other topics that you would like me to talk about in the next videos. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.